Do you ever feel trapped in a constant cycle of always feeling like you want to buy something new? You feel like this next best thing is going to be it for you. It's going to change your life. It's going to be the thing that gives you that perfect dopamine hit, and it's going to last, and you're going to love it. And it's going to be the perfect item for your wardrobe that pulls everything together, or that perfect whatever that just kind of gives you what you think you need. If that's you, and if you feel like you're stuck in a constant cycle of shopping because you feel like you need this thing, it's going to be the one, you buy it, and then in like a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you end up feeling the exact same feeling again for this next thing, and then it goes on in a cycle like this. If that is you, today I'm here to talk about my 5 tips to break the habit of constantly shopping. Now, I will put a disclaimer on this. Although I'm 9 months into my 12-month no-buy year, I haven't done it perfectly, so I want to preface this video by saying I'm not saying I never shop or that I'm perfect at giving up shopping, and I don't think anyone is necessarily perfect at it, or I don't want to make you feel like you are less than if you have not tackled your shopping habits, or like bad shopping habits. You haven't gotten to the bottom of, shopping addiction or just kind of impulse shopping. I don't want to make you feel bad about this. This is just 5 tips that hopefully can help you. Even if you take one of these tips and apply it, and it will kind of steer you in the right direction. And if you want to hear more about my no-buy year, I have a whole playlist as well. I'll link in the cards. So tip number 1 is before you shop, before you go in and buy something new and spend your money, shop your closet. So this is kind of coming mostly from a fashion perspective, which is obviously the content that I create. But you can kind of apply this to anything. It can be like, before you buy something new, look at what you already have in that area. Like, do you have something that pretty much serves the exact same purpose? Do you have something that you're not even using that's very similar to this thing you want to buy? And is that a good indication that actually you probably shouldn't buy this new thing because you're not using the other thing in the first place? One of my favorite things to do is go on Pinterest, find outfits that have been put together with pieces that are kind of similar to what I have. They might not be exactly what I have, but then I can go and recreate them using what's in my wardrobe, create a slightly different outfit, so I'm not just copy pasting someone else's complete style. And it's just a really fun way to shop my wardrobe without feeling like I need to go shopping to get new outfits. I'm pretty sure that there are some outfit combinations in your wardrobe that you haven't tried yet, so I would really advise this being one of the tips that you implement. Just have a little bit of fun, try things out, find inspiration from people that you love, and recreate it with your own wardrobe. Number 2 is to get used to borrowing or renting instead of always acquiring something to keep. So a great example of this as well is if you need an outfit for a wedding. It's like a one-time event, like the races, a wedding, just some sort of big kind of dressy event. You may not have a lot of these in your life, and you go and you rent a dress for it instead of buying something new. So not only are you saving yourself money, because a lot of the time those event dresses are a lot more expensive than a typical day dress that you might go and purchase. It could be like anywhere from like $200 to $300, and you basically, that is your cost per wear because you're only wearing it once. However, if you go and rent it, it might be like $50. I don't know why I'm saying dollars, pounds. It could be £50 for like a 3 to 5 day period or something minuscule like that. Not only that, you get to hand it back and you don't have to keep it stored somewhere. You don't have to find somewhere to keep it until that next event, if that next event even comes up. If you want to do this even more cheaply and save even more money, you could borrow a dress from a friend, from your sister, from your mum, from your aunt, whoever, is a similar size to you. Even not necessarily it has to be a similar style, because I find my event wear style is a little bit different to my everyday style. And sometimes you don't need to be the same style as someone. They just have a nice dress that you want to wear and you're going to style it in your own way. Not only in the fashion department, but you can do this for lots of things. Join a library instead of buying books. Rent tools and equipment for home renovations instead of going out and buying the tools that you may only use once or twice, and just go, I think they're called like tool libraries or something like that. You can go and you book it and you take it and you bring it back and you've just paid a fraction of the cost price of this piece. Number 3, track what you actually wear to see if what you've already bought, what's already in your wardrobe, actually aligns with your style. So before you go out and buy anything new, have a look at what you've previously purchased. Was it a good purchase? Does it fit your style? Is it something you wear? Is it something that fits you well? Is it a color that you enjoy wearing? Does it work for your lifestyle? So, can you wear it to work? Can you wear it at the weekends for whatever it is you do? This will then inform your future shopping purchases. So this is a great tip for before you buy anything new. And it's one I would recommend everybody to apply. I tracked all of my outfits for the whole month of June, and I'm currently in the process of kind of going through everything and seeing what those like recurrent pieces are, like my key pieces in my style, key like kind of style uniforms, like combinations that I put together. And I want to kind of check over it and be like, is this what I thought my style was? Or is it actually different? Because sometimes we can have an idea about what we wear and an idea about what we like to buy and wear, and it actually is not the reality. So see if you can track your own outfits for a week or a month. Take a picture on your phone in the mirror, or you could use like an app to track your outfits. Open Wardrobe is a great app that I love to use. There's also Smart Closet. There's also, is it Index? Yeah, lots of different options out there. Tip number 4 comes from Hannah Louise Poston, and I know a lot of you follow her already, because if you're watching me for my like no buy shopping habits content, then you probably love her as well. And I know a few of you have commented before saying I should watch her videos, and I do. This tip came from one of her videos I watched recently, and it was about how if she only shops at the weekends, she ends up shopping less. So this is a tip that I have applied to my own shopping habits. So the idea is that instead of picking things up all throughout the week, little impulse purchases or like things that you're like, oh, I think of something and I go and buy it. Like, it's so easy to just think of something that you need and straight away go and spend money, whether that's online or in store. If, however, you keep a list of things throughout the week, when you think of something, you just say, I'm just going to put it on my list, I'll buy it at the weekend. When the weekend comes around and you look at your list, you're going to be like, I don't need all of these things. Like, I can't believe I thought I needed all this. And even if you did need it, you probably wouldn't want to buy it all that week, because when you sit down and you buy it all in the one day, it adds up to a lot more than what you thought you were going to spend throughout the week. When it's like £10 here and £20 here, throughout the week, you might end up spending a couple of £100, but it's been spread out so you don't notice it. But if you're to sit down on a Saturday and order everything on your list, and you're like, no, I don't want to spend £300 right now. Some of these items can wait for next month or maybe never. And sometimes they were just impulse ideas and you're like, nah, I don't really need that. It was just in the moment I thought that I did. So this could be a great tip for you if you feel like you might struggle with a no buy, but you think this could be a great introduction. So it's like, it's not that you're not allowed to buy anything, you're just only buying at the weekend. So you're kind of deferring the purchases. So it gives you a bit longer to think about it. It's the idea of like sleep on it, but actually you're going to sleep on it for a couple of nights. And then you're going to assess it at the weekend and kind of prioritize each week what you actually want to buy and what you actually want to spend your money on. But if you're like me and you want to go all in, then tip number 5 is to try a no buy period. Whether that is one whole year, maybe it's just a month, maybe it's somewhere in between 3 months, 6 months. It can be any period of time, but it's whatever you set it out to be. So if you set it out that you're going to not shop on a certain category like fashion, shoes, accessories, whatever, maybe it's beauty, maybe that's what you spend all your money on, maybe it's notebooks and stationery and or new books and things like that. You know best what you need to rein your spending in on. But you're going to set a certain time period and you're going to stick to it. And the challenge there is just sticking to it for as long as you said you were going to. And to be honest, it's not necessarily about doing it perfectly and not buying anything, but it's just about building that awareness. I feel like by setting that goal of not buying anything in that area, as soon as something pops up, you're going to be like, wait a minute, I'm not shopping, I'm not buying clothes, I'm not buying shoes, not buying jewelry, like that's a no. And you're just kind of starting to notice how much these things pop up when you're like, oh, if I was shopping right now, I would have just bought that. But because you're like, no, I'm not buying anything in this area, you build that awareness around things. And I think awareness is where change really comes from. It's just rewiring your brain a little bit as well, because by the end of the month or 3 months, 6 months, a year, your brain is less likely to respond as quickly when you see things you want. They're not going to go straight away like, okay, I'm going to buy that now. It's going to be like, oh, are you shopping today? Or maybe you're not, maybe you don't want this, maybe we'll keep it for later. It's just creating a few more pathways in your brain around your shopping habits. I hope these 5 tips, or however many tips you want to apply, will be helpful for you. My channel is all about helping you to create a healthier relationship with fashion, We still want to enjoy it. We still want it to be fun. You know, it is fun to dress up and try new things and get new outfits, but we want to do that in the healthiest way possible. So whether that's healthy for our bank balance, healthy for kind of the environment, or just healthy in kind of like our own mental health, and not always relying on new clothes to feel good about ourselves, but really finding those outfits and those key pieces in our wardrobe that truly make us feel good when we wear them. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope you subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed lately, who's been kind of supporting this no-buy journey of mine. It's been amazing to do it alongside of you. I hope whoever is doing a no-buy lets me know how they're getting on. I have an update coming for you very soon, my 9-month update. Until then, I'll pop some videos and playlists on the screen for you to check out, and I'll talk to you all really soon.